Good morning, Texoma. I'm Ashley Fitzwater. Thanks for joining us this morning. You are in for a special treat. We're taking an inside look at the Wichita Falls Public Library's summer reading program, and there's lots of goodies out here, so it's going to be a fun show. I'm telling you now, if the kiddos are at home, bring them in the room with you, because we're talking about summer reading and summer fun, honestly, and there's a lot going on at the library, so this is a good time to bust out your calendar, I would say, too. Joining me now with the very latest is Kathy Vossler. She is the Youth Services Manager and also the Teen Librarian. And we also have Tammy Benninger joining us as well. She is the Children's Librarian. So thank you both for being here with us this morning. Thank you. Tomorrow is the big day. That is when I understand Fizz Boom Read officially kicks off the Wichita Falls Library, correct?
Right. That's right.
Can we start with just talking about the purpose of this and why you feel this is important to offer to our community?
Well, the library's summer reading program is our largest community outreach of the year. The purpose of it is to really focus on the children and keep them reading during the summer when school is out. And of course, we want adults to read and model good reading behaviors to their children. So that's why we involve the adults. And a lot of our programming that we do also involves adults, teens, children, so really there is something for all ages.
I love that, how you get the entire family involved. Can we talk about how you're even getting the youngest ones, the babies, involved?
With the youngest kids, we have the Read to Me program, so obviously the babies can't read to themselves, so parents are able to sit down with their kids, and hopefully they're doing it every night anyways. So in this case, it gives the parents and the children an incentive to ask their parents to sit down and read to them. And then they log their minutes online. For every milestone that they reach, they're able to get a prize for an incentive. And we have 3 milestones, 5 hours, 10 hours, and 15 hours. So it sounds like a lot, but you have 2 whole months to do it. So it's really easy to reach those milestones and get their prizes.
Because it does kick off tomorrow and then wraps up August 2nd, correct?
That's correct.
So you do have the whole summer to get this done. It's summer homework, but this is fun summer homework. I mean, you get some pretty cool stuff for even doing this.
We do.
And you can make it fun, right? Come to the library, pick out your own books.
Yes, we do really encourage parents to bring children to the library, let them browse, take some time, whatever strikes their fancy, let them look at the covers of the books, maybe try out some things that they haven't read before. If they've always read fiction or picture books, let them check out some nonfiction. It's a good time to explore new themes. Maybe they just got a new pet, maybe they're getting interested in cooking. Maybe they'd like to read about a famous person. So summer is a great time to explore all those new avenues.
Now, is there a report or is there anything they have to do after the fact?
For the teens and adults, we ask them to read 4 books and then give us a short review. And this isn't like your school review, book review, where you have to talk about the book. We want to know more, what'd you like, what maybe influenced you, if there was a sentence in the book. That's what I always like. Pick out a sentence that just spoke to me. All of that's great. We want to hear what you thought. Yeah, teens and adults, 4 books, 4 reviews, and then they get a prize also. Children are actually able to write a review if they'd like, so Tammy would read over those. I would read over the adult reviews, and our library director or assistant library director read over the adult reviews. So it's really fascinating to read what people think.
So you probably know all the good books too then to read, huh?
A lot of them, yeah.
And the nice part is the reviews are you can let the public see them. So if you log on, you can see what other people have read and read their reviews. So you'll know if you want to read that book too.
I like that. Something that stood out to them, maybe you can find. Now, I know we're skipping probably a big age group in here. Can you talk about the other kiddos who maybe they can read it themselves? They're not quite a teenager yet. What are you looking at there?
Well, for our youth, they get their minutes logged in, but their milestones are a little more. They're 10 hours, 20 hours, and 30 hours to reach their prize goals. And again, they can use this summer opportunity to pick out their own books, something they don't have to read for school. They can read whatever they want and log their hours and get their prizes.
What are some of the prizes? I know we have a lot of goodies sitting here in front of us today. What's some of the things they might be taking home?
Well, the main thrust of the program obviously is reading. So our main incentives are books, and we give books to every reading level and for every milestone. The babies, we have board books, then the first readers, the easy readers for the younger children, chapter books for the middle readers, the young adult hot books. Adults also get to choose a book. So in addition to books, which is the main prize, we also have some really neat things. The young children will get a bag for their first reading level. It's got coloring pages, crayons, food coupons, candy, all kinds of neat things in it.
All the things they love in there, huh?
Oh, yeah. And then the second level, they get this cup, which has our theme on it, Fizz Boom Read. We've got a magnifier and a couple of neat little balls that we're giving away. And then the third prize
Is this nice magnetic board that you can clear, and it comes with magnets to draw on. And
that's for the little ones.
Yes.
And then this would be this backpack for the older children.
That's pretty cool.
And then for the teens, we've got this really neat USB 4 gigabyte pen that we're giving away this summer.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's a
and
great
then-
incentive right
It
there.
is.
huh?
It's very handy. And then for the adults, this is really going to be awesome for people who work. It's a salad container. So you put your salad inside. It's got a separate container for the dressing.
Wow.
And then it's got a built-in fork. And I love the quote that we've put on the back. It says, "Eating and reading are two pleasures that combine admirably."
Oh, I
And that's
love
C.S.
that.
Lewis. Yeah, so
That is awesome. Yeah, I think even everyone here at work would appreciate this. We're always looking for forks around here, so that alone is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of great stuff, and I love how you also get the books, because what a great way to grow maybe your children's library if they don't have a
Sure.
lot of books, or if they are little. This is a great way to do it and start.
It is.
And really get them involved. So I know there's so much more to get to. I really quickly would like for you to touch on this too, because it's another way they can get involved in reading this summer.
Sure. This is what is called a play away, and we have actually had these at the library now for about 5 years, but we still have people coming in that are completely unfamiliar with these. And basically inside this container is a little MP3 player. To play it and to use it, all you have to do is plug in earbuds to this little hole here. All the controls are on the back of the player. These are great for car trips. They're great for children who are having trouble reading. Maybe they're not reading on grade level. Maybe they're dyslexic, because you can speed them up and slow them down. They're really easy to operate. Once again, this is a play away, and we have them for all age levels.
I love that.
Yeah.
And again, you said most of them, 99%, they all have the book that you can check out right there too.
That's
And is
right.
this just part of the service as far as no charge to check these out as well?
yeah,
That's right, and everything checks out for 3 weeks.
All right. I mean, so many things to take advantage of, Texoma, that's right here in your community. And if they don't have a library card, if someone doesn't have one, can you talk a little bit about the process of getting one if you're here in the city?
Right, if you live within the city, it's free to get a library card. You just have to come to the library with a photo ID maybe, or a piece of mail, just something that has your address on it that you can prove that you live within the city. And it takes 5 minutes to fill out the application, and we get the card to you right then, and you're able to use it that same day. If you don't live within the city, it costs $25 a year, which is still a great price for all the books and stuff you have available to you. And like I said, it just takes 5 minutes no matter what, and you get to use it the same day, and your kids can get cards too. And everything checks out for 3 weeks. Kid cards, you are only allowed 10 items, where adult cards you're allowed 15 items, so there's a little difference there, but some adults like that because then their kids can't check out too many.
Right, absolutely. You have a limit. You can say no. Because you want to keep coming back, right? So make it maybe a weekly trip even if you have to. So a lot of great stuff. I know this alone, is just so neat to talk about, but we are not done talking about all the things you guys are offering this summer. There's lots of programs going on, lots of different events they have at the library. So stick around, Texoma. Much more on the Wichita Falls Public Library Summer Reading Program after this. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Once again, we're taking an inside look into the Wichita Falls Public Library Summer Reading Program. It's called Fizz Boom Read. I love that. That's great. And this year, besides just all of the incentives and, of course, tracking what you're reading, there are also lots of events taking place.
Daily on Mondays, we have youth gaming going on in the afternoons. On Tuesdays, we do celebrity story time, and Ashley, you're actually one of our celebrities
I'm
this
so
year.
excited. I know. And that's going to be at 10:30.
Yes.
So I'm so excited about that. Make sure you all come out there, and what we're going to be doing is just reading to the kiddos, and it's about 30 minutes. Is that right?
That's right, yes. And then on Wednesdays, that's when we have our big performance. We bring in a performer, typically from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so people get to experience and see things that they wouldn't normally get to take part in. So that's always a fun day. And then on Thursdays, every week, we have youth crafts. We also have a program called Tales for Tales, and that's our therapy dog reading program. So a child can come in and read a book to a dog, which is really fun. Sometimes they like to read, sometimes they just want to cuddle with the dog.
I bet.
And then every other Thursday, we're going to have toddler time, and that's a special story time just for toddlers.
Oh.
And Tammy will be doing that. Every day, except for Friday, that's kind of our down day. And then this year, on 2 Saturdays, we're actually having a teen book talk. This is something new that we're trying this summer. We're going to explore some new teen books, maybe have the children that show up tell us what they're reading, maybe inspire somebody else to read something that they like. So that's something new we're going to try this year.
Oh, I like that. So what's really the age group then that you're hitting for that teen group? Is it?
It's ages 10 to 17, or if they're reading young adult books currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Lots of new things going on. Now, kind of going back to the Tales for Tales, I just really love that you guys offered this. Can you tell us who is this really intended for, and what's the age groups that you recommend or encourage to come?
We encourage children who are typically reading picture books primarily, so I would say anywhere from kindergarten up to maybe 3rd, 4th grade. It's also great for struggling readers because sometimes when they read in front of an adult, they become intimidated. So reading in front of a dog or with a dog who's just laying there and having a great time no matter what, it's a great program.
No judgment at all in case
Exactly.
you feel like you've stumbled over the words or anything. So unconditional love there. Tales for Tales, that's on Thursdays from 2 to 3,
Yes.
you said? And then going back to the youth gaming, that again says for all ages. Is it just different activities or is it board games? What are the different things you'll be doing in there?
It's board games and Wii, and I'm always surprised at how many people come to the library for gaming because you think, oh, you can do this at home, but I think it's just the idea of getting out, getting to the library, maybe to check out your books, and then you're there for gaming too, and it's a great family activity.
That is such a great point. Kind of plan that out maybe
sure.
with your time schedule. Now, all of these things are, again, free.
They are. There's one program that we've got in July. It's a painting class, which we did last year with Rachel Lyles from How Great Thou Art. She comes in and instructs the kids how to paint a masterpiece, we call it. And there's a $5 fee for supplies for that class, but otherwise everything is absolutely free.
And if you've ever taken a painting class, I tell you what, that is really cheap.
It is.
$5.
It is. It's a bargain.
It really is a bargain, something to take advantage of. What are some of the other things that you're going to be having going on that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I'm actually doing on June 9th a Doctor Who party in the evening, so it's for teens and adults, and we are going to be eating Doctor Who inspired food. There's a costume contest, so dress up. There's prizes. We're also doing a trivia game, so bring your Doctor Who knowledge cap and you can also win a prize, and it's just a great opportunity to meet other people who like the show. It started when black and white TV was popular in England, and it actually went off the air and came back in 2005. So we have people who like the old shows and they've watched all those and they've never seen any of the newer stuff, and then we have people who've only seen the newer stuff and have never seen any of the older stuff, so you get a good mix of older people and younger people. And the main character, the actor, actually changes. He regenerates a lot. Doctor Who, you don't know his name, actually started as a historical science show in England so they could travel through time and meet all these historical figures or see all these scientific discoveries and stuff like that, and it kind of just evolved into what it is today. So it's a great show, and I recommend it for anyone who likes science fiction.
I like how it's combining those two generations, as you're
yes,
saying,
it's great.
too, so getting the whole family involved.
We do have a couple of other adult-themed programs in the evenings. We have our adult book discussion, which takes place on the first Tuesday of June and July. And they have a specific book that they read beforehand, and then they all talk about that same book. So it's a little different than what we're doing with the teens, where we're exploring lots of different books. And then also for the adults,
We have a library mystery game that our 4-H actors are putting on. It'll be a fun interactive game that everyone can come to the library for and meet at the youth desk, and they're going to be dressed up as characters, and some library mystery is going to happen, and they have to help us figure out what happened and how to solve it.
Oh, I love that. Now, when is that set for?
on July 15th at 6:30 in the evening, And it is for ages 10 and up, and adults, of course.
All right. So, yeah, make that another family night. Something to do, something different, of course.
Like a
to do.
live-action Clue.
I love it.
And we also have, I'm doing a Little Scientist Researching Rhymes program. It's going to happen twice, once in June and once in July. The June date is June 17th from 2 to 4, and the July date is July 8th from 2 to 4. And that's for ages 4 to 11. And I just took some nursery rhymes, and we're going to do some science experiments based on those certain nursery rhymes, and it's a freestanding program. They can go to each little station they want to and spend as much time there as they want to, and it's just going to be fun to see how the nursery rhymes can hook into science.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Now, how do you go about all this? There's obviously been a lot of work poured into this to make sure there's different things for all age groups, fun activities to really keep the family involved. Do you just all sit down together and kind of brainstorm to come up with these?
Yes.
We do. We actually start planning for our summer reading program the prior fall.
Wow.
So a lot of the performers that we have booked for Wednesdays, they have been booked since last fall.
Wow.
Actually, I'll even start thinking about it while summer's still going on. So who do we want to have next year? So it is almost a year-round thought process to find out what our theme is and then try to incorporate different elements of the theme into the programming.
I love it. Now, I know online you're going to have the calendar, so people can always go.
Yes.
We'll put, of course, the website right there at the bottom of your screen where you can jot it down and head online. But you also have Facebook. There's lots of ways to stay connected to make it easy for folks to see what's going on. Can you talk about the different avenues where people can stay connected this summer and check out these calendars?
Sure. Obviously, they can always come into the library. We've got the calendars ready for them to pick up. We also have a full display of all the prizes so they can see just what they're going to get once they do their reading. And like you said, we do have a Facebook account, and we definitely get that updated frequently during the summer and highlight all of our programs. We also have an online app, so that makes it easy to connect to the library with your smartphone. So lots of different ways to stay connected.
And you can always call us if you have any questions. We're
Yes.
always there.
We are.
I like that, and we'll of course put that number on the bottom of your screen too. There is so many neat things to take advantage of. I encourage you even to print these out and put them on your refrigerator, because that'll be a good thing to do too. If you're looking ahead for your week, you can see what to plan and maybe take the kiddos out too. Well, we appreciate again all of the time and energy you've poured into this. I know there's going to be so many kids who are going to just have a great summer spending it at the Wichita Falls Public Library and walking away with some pretty cool things too. We, however, are still not done talking about everything they have to offer, so stick around, Texhoma. We need another quick break. We'll be right back with much more. Welcome back to Inside Texhoma. Once again, we're taking an inside look into the Wichita Falls Public Library's summer reading program. Now, I know we've talked a lot about these really cool prizes, but there is, I guess, a hidden agenda here, because this is not only fun, but it's really going to help out your kids this summer. Can you talk a little bit about why?
It definitely will help. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of the summer slide. That's where children who don't read, who don't do any sort of brain activity during the summer, tend to go backwards in their progression for what they've learned in school. So we don't want that to happen. We want them to continue to learn, to continue to push themselves, and that can be done in a very fun way by reading all summer long. And studies have shown that children who do read over the summer, they gain a lot of confidence, they're more prepared to start school, and they're more interested in getting back to school when that time comes. So yeah, like you said, there is a hidden agenda.
Have you noticed this program has grown?
Oh yeah, we have more and more people participating every summer, more coming out to our programs. People come in and ask us for calendars, I think in February, March, so they are definitely looking ahead to it.
So something to, of course, keep in mind and remember and take advantage of, because, again, it's free. And I think that is one of the biggest things people just don't realize and you don't see anymore. I mean, all of this great stuff, you know, for kids in our community and families in our community and teenagers that doesn't cost you a dime. So that's great to, of course, take advantage of. Now, when it comes to logging all of this stuff, if you're a teenager or an adult or you have small children, How do you go about that? Because I know there's lots of different ways.
Well, the nice part is the Wichita Falls Public Library has an online system that we use called Evance. So you sign up for it. We have QR codes on all of our flyers and stuff that you can use your iPhone and scan right there, and it'll take you directly to Evance so you can sign up for it. It's not available until June 2nd because it hasn't launched yet. So remember that. Don't get on tonight and try to do it. Then you're able to sign up and log in your minutes or your books and do your reviews right through there. And the nice part is for adults, if you have multiple children, you can make an account and then connect their account to yours. So you only have to log in once, and you're able to log all your kids in one program. So that's really nice.
Absolutely, making it convenient. And you can do it from your phone then, is what you're saying, if you go ahead and do it maybe through the QR code, or if you just log on online?
You can do it through that, or you can go to our website and click the link that will be up through there, or you can even, if you don't have Wi-Fi or a smartphone or any way to access a computer, we have free computers at the library to use, so there's no reason not to do it.
I love it, absolutely. And I know another thing, and you mentioned this at the beginning, but just kind of keeping it fun, right?
Yes.
That's the main thing you would like parents to remember this
Yes.
summer.
Forget about accelerated reader, forget about your child reading on grade level or meeting just tiny little goals. Let them explore, let them figure out what they like, what looks good to them, touch on a new subject. Definitely keep it fun.
I like that. That's great advice. You know, let them pick it out, maybe
Yes.
instead of you picking it out, which I know can be easy to do. You're recommending this or
Right.
that, but
Right.
maybe letting them have that control. And I know we need to go. I want to ask you one more quick question, because if you are trying to sign up online, you are going to need your library card number, correct?
That's correct.
And if you, for some reason, have misplaced yours, what's kind of the process of either getting a new one or getting that number?
What you'll need to do is replace your card, and that's only $1. If you haven't used your card in at least 5 years, and I hope that's nobody that we're addressing today, you can come in and get a completely new card, because chances are yours will have been taken out of our database. So it's very easy. If you need to get a new card, all you have to bring is driver's license or some form of identification that reflects your Wichita Falls address. If you are out of the city limits, like Tammy mentioned, it is $25 to get a card per year. So a lot of times we don't want that to be a barrier to participating in the program. If you're out of the limits and you have a large family, if one person gets a card, we let everybody participate in the program. So definitely don't let that be a barrier.
All right, well, a lot of great advice, a lot of neat things that we talked about today, and you can check it all out again online. Again, just go to that website. We have it there at the bottom of your screen. Ladies, we can't say thanks enough for your time this morning and
Thank you.
all the hard work you're putting in for our community. It's pretty awesome. So we're excited about the summer reading program. And thank you, Texoma, for joining us this morning. As always, we hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here next Sunday morning for another look inside Texoma.